friends, it's Sherry. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel, and come on into my craft room and I'll show you what I'm doing today. So I'm starting a new project I'm super excited about. This was by request of a friend, and subby asked me to make a writing journal, and I thought about it for quite a bit, like quite a while, going over in my head what kind of papers and what kind of cover, things like that. And so I had some ideas, and then this popped into my head, a binder journal, because then she can take the binder, and it'll have the papers and everything that I put into it, but you have the binder rings that she can, move things around, add things to, and just give her a lot of flexibility. So I'm going to show you one that I did for myself real quick before we start on that one. This was also the same cookbook, Better Homes and Gardens. See, let me see. It's, oh, yep, exactly the same size. See that? Exactly the same size. In case you think the other one looks big, this one, here's what it looks like after I recovered mine. This is cardstock scrapbook paper. This is fabric. This was a tea towel, and I liked, like, it had, I think, a picture on it too, but I liked this kind of coordinated color with the paper that I used. And this was from a scrapbook paper pad, and so I had the coordinating paper. So a coordinating paper that I had, I think this was in the same paper pack. But here, see, I use this one on the back, which is not the same paper, but it coordinates. And then on the inside, I use the red and white gingham, which, I think looks really, I like it. And this is my personal journal. So I'll put all kind of personal stuff in here that I got for my birthday, and just different things, different happenings that I want to remember. And then it's pretty full. Let's see, is it full at this point? Yeah, I decided that this one was finished. This is all I want to put in here. I don't want to, it's full. It's not alligator mouth yet, but I don't want it to be any fuller. So after I was done, I'm keeping my baby cards in here. This is from when I was born, that my mom gave me, my parents gave me, and so I'm keeping them in here, and I have put some on pages in here, which I didn't glue them down. I put this one I kept myself too, because it has a little gap in the ring here, I think. Yeah, that's why I'm having trouble turning the pages. But that's another reason, besides this one being really so grungy that I could not use it as it was. That's why I covered it. Also, it had a little gap in the ring here. That is another reason I used it for myself, so I could just be the one struggling to turn pages instead of somebody else. But, I don't mind it. I can work with it, just kind of push things over. But because I had these extra little baby cards that my parents gave me, I made some pockets later, because at first I wasn't sure if I wanted pockets or even needed pockets. And then I decided I'd like to go ahead and just keep these in here. One day if I put them down on a page, I will, but otherwise I can keep them in there. And I have some back here too, in this pocket. And you can see I used the same piece of scrapbook paper. And this is also pretty cardstocky. It's pretty thick. So it's, nice and sturdy for putting things in and out. But I use the same piece of scrapbook paper for this back part and this front part. See how I have the flower here, and this one I have the flower up here. But it goes with the red gingham and the overall yellow and red I have going on in here. Anyway, I just asked an example of how I did this one. And so we're going to do this one in a similar fashion. I'll put this to the side here, and we'll get started on this one. So I'll show you what I have picked out. So the person that's getting this said they wanted to have a writing journal, but they also wanted pretty papers in there. And I told her about the ring binder idea, and she liked it. These are all together. So this one has no problem with the rings coming together. It has a little push card here. It has a little guard here. It's basically clean inside, but we're going to cover this and make it all pretty. See, it's got a little tear right there. And so we're going to cover this. And let's see, anything else? This was just really clean in here. I wiped it all down. So it's ready to go. It had a big brown splotch right here, but I was able to wipe it up pretty good, but it's still got a little stain there. It's got a little grunginess over here. I mean, technically this probably could be made into a cookbook journal, but I have a bunch of these, and I feel like this one, like I have some, not a bunch, but I have a couple. I'll say a couple, or maybe one other. And it does it. The one I have, the other ones I have that I would make into journals don't have any staining on them. So like this has a little stain right here, which I tried to clean, but it has a little stain right there. So just kind of a good one to go ahead and use for, you know, cover. So I have two fabrics I haven't decided on yet, but I'll show you those with the papers. So I have this paper hat pad. I had a couple paper pads I was looking at using to cover the cover here, and I kind of went back and forth on those two, and then decided on this one here. I guess I bought this at some point. I don't know. I don't think anyone sent this one to me, but it's called Hello Gorgeous, and let's see, do I see a brand name on here? I don't know where I got this. I don't know if I got this at Michael's or where I got it. Most of my paper pads I get it Tuesday morning, so it could be from Tuesday morning, but just I want to show you the pretty papers in here and why it shows it. And so I can use these papers, you know, they all coordinate, very pretty, and I can just use these as wherever I need a pretty page of cardstock. So I just thought, you know, this would fill our pretty quota. And so I already picked out a couple for the cover. I picked out this one for the cover, the front cover, and this one for the back cover. See how they coordinate? And then I went through my fabrics and picked out these two fabrics for the spine. So they both, I think, would look good. This one is, you know, just a little bit different design as far as the check or the square here. And then this one is more of a gingham and more of a traditional check or whatever. And it is cottony. This is more, this is like 100% cotton probably. It's a Pioneer Woman design. I got it at Walmart. But it's, I pick up these fat quarters once in a while when I see a really pretty one and stick them away in my fabric stash so that when I need something, I can go through. And that's what I did. I didn't go and get it just for this. I already had it in my stash and found these two in there. This one is a blend of some kind of linen. I think it would be just as well. Does it tear? Let me see. It does tear, but not as nicely. I'm probably gonna have to cut this one if I use this one, but I think I might use this one. I think I might just go ahead and use this one. And so let's put that one to the side. Executive decision there. So first what I'm going to do is work on the papers. Okay, so we'll go ahead and cut this down. But what I did on I kind of want to follow what I did on mine as far as, oh, there's some scraps I found here. I was just working on cutting down, finishing cutting and making tags out of my Snoopy pages that I had left here on my desk. I was kind of cleaning up and trying to finish up some things. So let's see. So what I did was, and I'm going to keep it here as a reference. Let me do that so I can show you and show it in myself. So like I didn't put paper over here. You can kind of see the Better Homes and Gardens through here, which, you know, I don't care about. So yeah, I didn't put anything there except for the paper. And I put the paper right up to the edge, and then I wrapped it around. So that's what I'm going to do. We'll see how we do this. Let's see which way direction. I think this direction would be good. There's a little white line here. I'm going to cut that off. And I'm probably going to use Fabri-Tac to glue this down. I'm sure that's what I used on that one, on mine. So there's that little white line is gone. So let's see. Any more white lines that we need to cut off? No, that looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of center this, and it'll be like this. We'll keep this for now, and probably just, we could keep it and just wrap it around. Yeah, I might do that. I mean, we are going to wrap it around. It's just that this is way more than I need, but I might, I don't know what, I don't want to waste it though. So let me see. It'll go like here's my fold right up to the little crease there. But the fabric is going to overlap this, so, you know. But I still want to get it up to the fold. I want to have an even amount over the top and over the bottom to wrap around. And then I want enough here to wrap around. So I'm going to try to keep that even for a second and just see what this looks like a little bit so I can see how much wraps around. See, I can cut off, and because I could use this for pockets and stuff. I don't want to waste it under here, waste paper that I can use somewhere else. So probably about almost 2 inches. I'm going to go ahead and cut off right here. Let's do that. Because this is such pretty paper, I don't want to just waste it and just say, oh, you know, let's just wrap that around and cover it up. Because that's going to be covered up on the inside there. So let's just cut that off. And there we see, that can be used for little pockets or whatever decoration you want. Or I can, if I don't end up using it, I could give it to the person that's getting this and they can use it wherever they want, right? So, okay, let's get some glue down here. We're just going to go to town and see what we can get done in about, you know, my videos are usually, my camera only lets me do 32 minutes. 32 minutes. When I see 32, I'm like, whew, I made it. Okay, so let's put some glue on here and get this going. Fabri-Tac, like I said. Let me see if it's coming out here. Not quite. I haven't used it yet today. And I might have noticed the temperature change. It got cold last night in North Carolina. It's been so nice and warm. High of 82 or 3 last week. And I'm just enjoying my warm weather, really. And last night it got cold. So maybe the Fabri-Tac noticed that it got cold last night and decided to freeze up on me a little bit. That's why I have a sweatshirt on today. I was like, ooh, what is happening? It's cold in the house. Yesterday we had the air on, of course. I mean, not of course. Actually, we've had the air off because it's been so nice and not really hot, but not cold. And so, but we had company. My family, my sons came over. That's my company now. My sons came over for lunch slash, well, it was lunch slash dinner for us. I don't know if it was dinner for them. I know my younger son said he was going to go home and cook dinner. What was he going to cook? I don't know, but yeah, so, but I was like, no, I am not hungry at all. I won't be eating dinner. So, but yeah, we had a nice time with them. So let's see. I want to make sure I get glue right up to the edges and all over, because this is all that's holding this down. Not like I'm going to sew through this or anything. So just a lot of glue all over, and my hand is starting to hurt from squeezing this glue so hard. And I might be shaking the table a little bit for the camera. But okay, I think that might be good. Whew! Okay, we said I kept it right in the direction. Here's where we fold it over the side. I'm going to butt it right against that where it bends there, not over the bend, because I don't want this to have to bend. And like I said, we're covering this up. I'm trying to get the same amount of paper on the top and the bottom here, about 1 inch, it looks like. I'll go ahead and press that down. Let's do it like this real quick and just press it down real good all over. Get my little tool here. Here's my, is it in here? This is my little pencil holder over there. I got all kinds of stuff in there, don't I? And a little thing that I got from my daughter-in-law that's used now for a little kind of smoother gluer downer spreader thingy-bob. So just, I feel like, and I saw it once, I told you guys on video, I could see through one of my papers I was gluing once and saw how this actually does spread out the glue and help you get an overall coverage of your glue under your paper. And so I really kind of try to do this. And it actually works even better than your hand, I think, from what I could tell that one time when I could see through. Okay, there we go. We got that done. Not done, but we've got that down on the front cover. It looks good. Okay, so now what we do is we're going to miter the corners here. And let's see. Let me look at mine again. See if I can tell which I folded down first, the top or the sides. It looks like I folded down the side first, because it looks like this top is over. Yeah, it looks like well, no, this one looks like, let me look at the back here. See that my corners really look good. Yeah, it looks like I folded down the top first. Okay, I folded down the top and the bottom first. Let me show you my corners. See, now this one, you can't see the book at all, right here and right here. That's what I'm going for. This one, you can see the book a little bit right there. Can you see that? I don't care about that. It's not like it's coming off or anything, but I want to try to get it like this. So it's totally covered. So I said front, I just said we did, on that one I did the top and bottom first. So let's see. I think I'm just going to cut off the corners here though, because I don't want too much bulk there, but I want the coverage, like I said. So a little bit of the corners, but not too much on both ends here. Okay. Then I'm going to go ahead and fold before I put my glue. I just want to kind of get an idea of what is going to happen here and how this is going to fold over. Just doing it with my hands. Okay, so there's our first fold. There's our second fold over the top, over the bottom, I mean. Okay, I'm going to get kind of I'm going to do the folding before I put down any glue, just to kind of experiment here and see how this is going to go, because you know, all cardstocks are not made the same. You know what I mean? Some are thicker than others, some fold different. And I want to make sure, I have not tried to fold this before the video, so I don't know how this is going to fold. And I want to see that before I go any further and put glue down. So, yes, that looks really good. I think that it's plenty of coverage, actually. It's better than mine. It's better than mine. It's complete coverage there. Okay, that's what we're going to do on the front and the back. So let's see if we can get this glued down. I don't think it was too bulky or anything, and I had complete coverage. So I'm going to put glue right up here where, you know, it's the top of the cover, so that this paper can glue onto the top. And then I'm going to put glue on my paper, so I don't get too much glue. If I put it on the book, sometimes, you know, you don't know exactly where your paper's going to come down, so you might put too much on. And then I can go ahead and I think put it over here, all the way over to the corner, right in the crease and everything, even on that little corner right there, I think would be good. So that is all nice and glued down. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Gluing that down. Okay, right up to the corner. Move this over for a second. Right up to the corner there. Okay. I'm going to press it down here. There we go. That looks good, right up to the corner. Now let's do the bottom, same way. All right, we're going to get it, like I said, right here on the bottom of the cover, that bottom part where it folds over, and then the paper right up to the edges and all over where it's folding, and right out to the end here, right up to the end. Okay, make sure I have it on my edges really good. Okay, let's fold that over. Trying not to get glue all over my fingers. But my edge is tight. Okay, again, let's move this. You can see, can you see the top right now? I think you can pretty much. It's not coming up or anything. This is Fabri-Tac, so it holds. All right. If you do this and you think it's not holding, just hold it down for a second and press it down real good, and it will hold. You can see mine is holding. Okay, so it's all holding down, see? All down. Okay, now let's do this. Same way. I'm going to start down here where the paper is and go up to on the side here of the little side of the actual side of the cover here that we're wrapping around. I just want that to be nice and solid there, and then the edges, and then we'll get all over. My edge is really good. Even though this is going to be covered up, I want this nice and flat. Okay. A little bit more here. Make sure we have good coverage of the glue. There, I think that should do it. Now, pressing. Let me turn it this way so I can press really tight around the cover. Get that a nice tight fold, and fold it down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and press this down here. Make sure that is tight. And again, kind of just press it all down. Okay. Now let's use our little tool here. I'm pressing pretty hard on this. It doesn't seem to be affecting the paper, but you do have to be careful sometimes. You can actually damage your paper with something like this. I don't think I've done it, but I almost did it. I could see like, oh, if I'm not careful, that's going to rip. So just be careful if you're using a little tool like this. Like this is like actually a little scraper or something, and the edge is quite actually pretty sharp, even though it's all plastic. It's not metal or anything. But, you know, you could, with that sharp edge, if you do it the wrong way or on a certain paper, it could damage your paper. So there's the front. Looking good, right? Okay, let's go on. Let's go do the back. This is the back. Again, it looks like wood grain, but it's pinkish wood grain. So I'm going to do that in the same way. Now I know how it folds. That's from the same paper pad, so I know how it folds and how it does. So I'm going to go ahead, put some glue all over here, like we did on the front. I think we have enough time to possibly put this on. If I move kind of quickly, we'll get this one done. And then I'll have to do another video on the inside and the rest of the journal. So yeah, I wanted just, this person gave me complete creative freedom. And I thought, you know, and she said, like she said, she wanted a writing journal and she wanted it to be pretty. So I wanted this to be something that she sees. When she sees it, she says, oh, I can't wait to go and pick up my journal and write in it today. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very inspiring and very happy, and, you know, something that she wants to write in. So that's my goal. That's all I want to do. Not too much to ask, right? Okay, let's see. I want to make sure this is all over. Let me look at it in a, it's kind of hard to see the glue on here sometimes on a surface like this, or any surface. You know, it's hard to see your glue, but I think I'm going to check my edges and then go for it here so we can get this done. Now, one thing I did have to decide was which way I wanted my wood grain, because you could put it, see, either way. But I really think I like it this way, kind of like a wall where you had like wood paneling on it. And so it's kind of going up like that. Yeah, I think I really like it like this. So let's get it down before our glue dries, right up to the fold again, because I don't want this to have to fold. So about right there. Try to put about 1 inch on the top and the bottom. Okay, right up to the fold. Let me make sure I have it where I want it. There, I think it's good. Okay, and again, I'm going to lay this flat so I can get it down nice and flat here. And I'll get my little spreader there in just a second. Get it all nice and... I am being careful though not to tear my paper. Here's my edge right there. Oh, I didn't cut it first, so I'll have to cut it after now. I cut the other one before I put it on, didn't I? I certainly did, so I'm going to have to cut this now. Let's see, how can I do that? I can still use my paper cutter, I think. Let's try it. I cut off about 2 inches, so let's just cut off about 2 inches, see if I can get it in here. Yeah, about like right there, and there's my edge right there. So let's go ahead and cut this. And my paper cutter so I can get a nice straight line. Okay, there's another scrap. Alright, now let's wrap it top and bottom first, just like the front cover. This one's a little easier now since I know, I had to do a little figuring out of the first one, but this one I know what I'm doing now. Supposedly, right? I gotta cut off my corners though. Let's see. Let's cut off my corners real quick. I'm trying to rush a little bit too because I only have a certain amount of time left here. So let's cut off our corners like I did on the front. And go ahead and put my glue down like I did on the front. I already got it right there on the top of the cover. And we're going to put it on the edges. This glue is warming up now. It's flowing good too, so that helps to go a little faster. So let me get it nice and folded, nice and tight. Fold it down here, all the way over. Okay. And like I said, if you feel like it's not holding, just hold it down for a second. And the Fabri-Tac should grab really good. I had it right up to the edge too, so I'm not worried about it. I just have to let it grab real quick and start drying there. Okay, so that one looks good. Let's finish this one here because I already put it on the edge of the cover. Right up to the edge of the paper. And get right up to the edge of that paper on all edges. Okay, and all over the middle. Okay, I think that's enough. Again, a tight fold. Okay, pressing that down against the top there, and then all over here. Nice sharp fold right here. Actually, I could do this right here to make sure that fold is nice and tight. There, nice and flat, Let's do that. Let's rub this real quick, and then we'll go on to the side and finish that, and that will be it for today. Whoops, wrong glue. Now that one we just folded over. Yeah, we just folded it over. That should be good. That looks good up there. Let me just do one thing different. I'm going to go ahead and cut these corners off a little bit right here. Just the tip. I want to see how that does. Okay, just the tip. This is all going to be covered up anyway, but I just wanted to see if that helps at all with folding as far as, well, we'll see in just a second. So getting my edges. Then all over here. I'm going to do this pretty quick because I only have like 2 minutes left. You know, 32 minutes. I'm on my last 2 minutes here. All right, so we got glue all over the edges. I don't want to rush so bad that I don't do it right, so I'm going to fold over tightly. Okay, and then press it down. Okay, so my next video, I will go ahead and work on the inside cover. I haven't even taken the, well, I left this in, but we will work on the inside pages. Okay, let me get this down and show you how this looks so far. I think the edges are real nice as far as being covered, and everything's nice and flat, so I think this is going to be nice, but this is what we have so far. And we'll try to cover the spine in the next video. I'll go ahead and get the spine fabric ready to put down. We'll put that down and the inside covers at least, and go from there. So thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the start of this journal, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Happy crafting.